90,000 years ago, small groups of humans moved cautiously across a freezing, unforgiving world.
Every step was a gamble. Survival demanded constant vigilance. Glaciers advanced relentlessly, shrinking the habitable lands for humans. Food was scarce. Each plant could mean the difference between life and death. As night fell, warmth and fire became their fragile sanctuary. Nearly 99% of humans disappeared as the land turned hostile and food vanished. Every waterhole was a gamble, attracting predators and desperate humans alike. Every decision about food could mean life or death in this brutal era.
Mega droughts turned lakes into cracked wastelands, forcing humans and animals to compete for water.
Forests that once provided food and shelter had mostly vanished. Animals migrated away, leaving humans with almost nothing to hunt. Even the smallest trickle of water was a precious lifeline for survival. Highland caves became sanctuaries where humans rationed every scrap of food.
They scavenged for every edible root and leaf, knowing mistakes could be fatal.
Tracking even small prey demanded patience and sharp senses. Even in the dark, planning and knowledge were vital to survive another day. Even in scarcity, humans innovated, crafting sharper tools to survive.
Coordinated hunting was no longer a choice. It was the key to survival.
Every ambush increased their chance of survival by a fraction.
Coastal zones provided a lifeline with shellfish and seaweed.
By observing the tides, humans learned to gather food efficiently along the coast.
As the climate shifted, deadly storms became more frequent.
A single storm could bury entire paths and entire families. When the storm ended, the world around them was never the same.
A sudden freeze swept across the land, catching entire communities unprepared.
In the coldest nights, even fire refused to come easily. A single flame meant the difference between life and death. Entire families were forced to abandon the only homes they had ever known. Every step across this dead land drained their strength. For the first time in months, they saw proof that they were not alone. A simple gesture could dissolve fear or ignite it. In moments like this, humanity learned the strength of unity.
Firelight revealed something new: trust between strangers.
Knowledge began to flow freely, strengthening the bond between them. In these small exchanges, the seeds of human society were planted.
After months without proper food, the surviving humans move like shadows across a dying land.
Every stippets. After months without proper food, the surviving humans move like shadows across a dying bodice. In humanity's darkest hour, wisdom becomes the last source of strength. The elder knows, Inchinrent, There is one promise left in this dying world: the coast. If food exists anywhere, it feeds it. Survival now depends not on strength, but on unity. Alone, none of them. 90,000 years ago, humanity fell to its lowest point. Fewer than 1,000 remained. At last, the survivors reach what once was a vast lake, now a graveyard of thirst. Here, all around them, the remains of creatures that died long before stand as a warning. This place, they dig, not because they expect success, but because giving up is no longer an option. If water inleth, a miracle in miniature, a hint of moisture. Not a pool, not even a stream, it will not save them. Not fully. But in a world drained of life, even a mouthful of muddy water is an awful lot. In this moment, humanity hangs by a thread, a species surviving on drops while facing...
When darkness returns, the temperature drops with it. For the weakened survivors, night is not rest, it is another enemy.
In a world stripped of life, even firewood is a rare treasure. They burn what little they find. At last, a flame. Fragile, flickering, but alive. In this corner, they know they are not alone. Night hides predators, eyes that wait for weakness, soundless paws that kais. In the darkness, ancient hunters wait. Hyenas, wild dogs, and unseen threats circle humans. In these nights, humanity survives because of fire, hope, and each other. Against the infinite darks, with the first light of dawn comes the first sign of salvation. The ocean, a lifeline in a world that had near the sinks. For the survivors, this is not merely water, it is renewal, a world of life beneath the waves. For the first time in months, they feel abundance, not death. The ocean brings creatures. Here, along the ocean's edge, they find what the land had stolen from them: food. It is not a feast. But after endless hunger, this small meal becomes a turning point.
From fewer than 1,000 souls, humanity would rise again. This coastline, this moment,